para Atocamarca. ¿Por dónde es?
Con cuidado más bien porque la carretera está...
Somebody told me that here there's a tradition of whether you're going in the river, whether you're going up a mountain or something like that, that you have to ask permission or give a sacrifice to the owner of that region or that land, which, you know, could be the spirits. I think a lot of it just comes to luck, and it comes more so down to your intentions and where your mind is at.
Wow.
When I started this route, I had no idea that Peru would be this remote, this high elevation, and most importantly, this beautiful. I sort of had this belief that some of the most amazing communities and landscapes are tucked away in the most rugged corners of the world. So for this ride, I followed a 1,000-mile GPX file that would take me through some of the most breathtaking and remote sections of the Peruvian Andes. This is the Peru Great Divide. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are in Caras, and we're going to be starting the Peru Great Divide Trail, which is originally meant for mountain biking and generally like cycling. But I heard it's also very motorcycle friendly. The official start is Huaraz, which is like a major city about 1 hour away. So first we're gonna hit there, and then we're eventually gonna hit the trail. It's around almost 10 a.m. So we're gonna see how far we can get today.
So this Peru Great Divide, to tell you a little bit more about it, it's basically a connection of probably what's going to be a lot of winding roads in order to make our way down to Cusco through the Andes Mountains, which this is the start of.
Oh my gosh, okay. We have made it past like the busier towns and all that stuff, and now I think we're heading more towards the mountains or towards where there'll be more trails and things like that. When we left today, it was 7,000 feet of elevation, and now it's 12,500 feet of elevation. I'm cold. I'm gonna put a sweater on, and then we're gonna soon find something to eat, hopefully. Finally got some food here, and I think the town where it officially starts the Peruvian Great Divide Trail, which is awesome because so far it's been so much tarmac that I'm really excited to finally get to the dirt trails. But we just got gas. We're gonna finish up eating, and then it's about 1:15 p.m. now. I'll probably leave by here in 15 minutes. And from here we have about 100 miles to get to the town that I'm hoping to get to before it gets dark, which is at 6 p.m. And now we're a bit higher up. I feel like there's going to be more rain, more cold weather. There's going to be a lot more switchbacks compared to like just straight roads. So hoping to average out 25 miles per hour. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
5 hours until it gets dark. Or 4.5.
Guys, it is so eerie and cloudy, but here I feel like at this altitude, you know, literally every afternoon is going to be cloudy, but right now we're lucky because it's not hailing and it's not raining yet. This looks super eerie with these trees over here. Look at that. If it continues like this, it's going to take a while with all the turns because you just can't do more than like 30-40 kilometers an hour. Hopefully in the open stretches we'll get some momentum, but yeah, let's see. Man, this is crazy. But the road continues to go down through there and eventually gets down, way down there. Basically wraps around this valley all the way to the other side of this, and then we go down that direction until we eventually reach our destination. We have to keep going before it gets dark, but I think we might just make it. Now we're on the other side of the canyon that I mentioned before. I've been having problems with my GPS that it keeps shutting off, even though it says it has 29% battery. But anyways, it mentions that we now have 24 or 25 miles. It's now 5:07, gets dark at 6. But this is kind of sketchy because it's so narrow here and there's so many turns that, you know, if there's a truck and I can't see him, then yeah, it's a little scary. Good morning, guys. So yesterday we slept in Cajatambo, and today we're heading to Ollón, which should be an hour away. It's about 8. I started at 8:30. It's only like 8:50 right now. But yeah, right now we're just gonna be heading along this road, which is very well paved. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can maybe fuel up in Ollón and then see how far we're gonna get today. Alright, so we're almost to Ollón, and look at this. There's a massive, well, not a massive, but there's a mining operation going down there. And look at that beauty. Whoa. There's roads going all over there, I think. But I think we're heading along this road and it's gonna wrap around. So this next part should be pretty sick. Oh, look at that. This must be a very old mine. Wow, I think another reason why the scenery is so drastic here is because, unlike, for example, Ecuador, where the Andes are a little bit more inland, we're generally very close to the coast. So I think for that reason, you know, you have this drastic elevation changes and really big peaks. So, you know, you get that sort of way tall peaks and really down valleys. Let's have some breakfast because I'm hungry and I'm feeling in a really good mood to just eat something delicious. And yeah, and then we see how far we go. I feel like when traveling, there's days where everything goes wrong and it just feels like, why am I doing this? And then there's other days where everything goes right, knock on wood, where everything goes right, and you ask yourself, like, well, you start to think to yourself, this is why I'm doing it, this is why everything is worth it, and this is why I want to keep going. I feel like it's just a lot of highs and lows. We're climbing elevation again, 14,500 feet. I gotta say, these scenery makes you feel small. Like you're just shrunken down and placed at a random point. We're now at 15,534 feet. And now there's snow right up here. Look at all that. Glaciers down there. And now I think we're maybe at the highest point, because if we go over there, I think there's more mountains. Wow. Wow. There's such like, it's hard to like see in the camera, but there's such like a golden stripes to these mountains from the sand and the different colors and the lighter color rocks that fall down. It's around almost noon, so I think we're gonna have a little bit more hours of this kind of awesome weather. Hopefully a lot more, but yeah, I'm super happy with Peru so far. We're good to go. We have gas. Good to go for a long distance. Noon. Hopefully we'll stop by 4 p.m. But it depends, because sometimes, you know, there's no like any big towns with like hotels for some distances. So sometimes I gotta kind of calculate that out, but we'll see. So we're now going around these kind of glacier lakes. It's super cool. From here, we're gonna have to go a little bit faster, I guess, but which is gonna be not too hard because it is a little bit smoother road. It's so beautiful, but like this is literally the views like all day, which is insane, but still breathtaking, nonetheless. I think I'm gonna enjoy a little kiwicha, like cereal bar. We're not too far off from the accommodation or destination. I've been trying to take more breaks, and what a perfect opportunity. So we made it to Marca Comapocha here at like 4,400 meters of elevation. This like really small town, and the internet went out. Cell signal like of the towers went out. So, but we're enjoying here some food that was cooked here. This is the restaurant. But yeah, we're enjoying our herbal tea because it's gonna get really cold at night, and trout. Good morning. We're here in, I forgot how to pronounce the name, but it is cold. It was so cold at night. They gave a lot of blankets, but it was still cold. I also got here some emergency snacks in case I don't find any good restaurants or stuff. Not the healthiest stuff, but if you're really starving, some crackers and some sugar will help out a lot. So that's cool. I think we're probably like almost 1,600 feet, 16,000 feet, I mean. Wow. It's slightly snowing here. Super bright. Wow. So far the tires are holding up, but it's super like muddy and clay like here. So I think I'm not gonna go further on this section. Well, this isn't part of the trail. I just went off route. But yeah, we're gonna go back to the route and keep going. You can also feel the altitude. And I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm more or less acclimated at this point, but still you could feel it a little bit at this. What's probably, I'm guessing, more than 4,600 meters. But wow, spectacular view.
So it is around noon, 12:30ish, and we made it to Huancayo, which is like apparently a really nice touristic town with these water flowings all across here. Normally I don't like calling it too early because it is just like noon, but at the same time, I think if I push it all the way to Huancavelica, which will be the next like interesting place maybe, after this, it would be a lot of riding. And my boots are super soggy. I think I might just chill out here. Good morning. My gosh, I can't wait to get a haircut, but look at this view. There's like mountains on both sides here, which is very nice, but I think we're gonna keep going along here until we go further south and then get to Huancavelica today. So here, made it to the town where I'm gonna have breakfast and get gas. But I was noticing this morning it was really hard to start this bike, and also the morning before it was really hard to start. And I thought it was just cold or maybe valves are a little bit off. But I just opened it up and I heard a lot of the fuel pump keep trying to activate. Here, when you connect, see, there's either a short or this is bad. Okay, so it still has a problem. I just put everything back. The reason I'm nervous is that from here, we're gonna go through an area that's not really transited that much pretty soon, and it's gonna be a long stretch. So yeah, I really hope the bike can at least hold tight until we get to Huancavelica. Hopefully I can find a mechanic that has a computer for, to check what's going on. Hopefully we can make it today. Some places it's only a thin layer of snow, which is fine because the tires still grip to the bottom rocks. But in other layers,
you know, it's a little bit of a different story. You get a lot of slip. I think some of these hill climbs are going to be a little bit more difficult. But right here it seems like there's water flowing down, so it's kind of melting the snow. So let's hope for more of that as we climb higher up. Whoa. I'm so glad I have good tires. Whoa. Oh my gosh. I gotta be more careful. It's a good thing it's still early in the riding day. I'm not too tired. Holy. This is the craziest view I've ever seen in my life. Okay, so the second thing to deal with this bolt that holds the subframe, which is all this, to the chassis, as well as this broke. Buenas. Estoy viniendo ahora de Huancaya por cerros, pero ahorita como está un poquito complicada la moto, tal vez voy por pista.
Mejor por la carretera firmada, vaya.
Sí.
Vista Alegre es pista hasta Huancaya.
Ya.
Y si algún auxilio, en Vista Alegre tenga mecánicos pequeños de moto, algo puede ser.
¿En Vista Alegre?
Sí.
Yeah, perfecto.
A la entrada nomás llegando a Vista Alegre.
Sí. Gracias. He was basically like, yeah, we're gonna be a little bit further up if you need anything, but okay. So one thing, so there's a mechanic an hour and a half riding. Yeah, see, now this whole thing moves up and down. And the worry is that it could just break the plastic, because this is just plastic composite. See? It's still held on the other side, but on this side it's no good. I'm going to have to ride super slowly with that until we get to a mechanic that they said is an hour and a half away. So yeah, I'm going to try to go slow so I don't break anything, because then everything will be completely messed up. So do that, and then after we get to Vista Alegre, fix that, and then once we get to Huancavelica, he said there's very good mechanics, so hopefully they can fix the other thing that's happening with the motorcycle. At the mechanic, an hour away from Huancavelica. As it turns out, it doesn't need to be welded to take out, so we just took it out and we're gonna find another one, replace it. Hopefully everything goes back together pretty smoothly.
¿A dónde te estás yendo?
Ahora para Huancavelica.
Ah, Huancavelica. ¿Has arreglado tu moto?
Sí, me ayudaron.
Ah.
We're supposed to be less than like half an hour or so from the accommodation, like a big city, but this is where we are. Look at that. That's crazy. It's a little dark for here, but anyways, that town behind me that looks like just a town has ATMs. Hopefully they have hot showers in there. Hopefully they have a hair dryer that I can dry my boots with. Bike is weirdly not giving any problems anymore. Like the thing was fixed at the mechanic, and then also just weirdly the relay stopped making clicking noises or whatever. But if tomorrow gives me problems again, I'll take it to the mechanic. If not, we're gonna just go on the trail again to Abancay, where the trail ends. But tomorrow I don't know how far we're gonna make it. I think it's still gonna be a couple days to the end of the Peruvian Great Divide trail.
All right, and we made it to the hotel. Ultimate luxury for wet boots. Put in the light here. I'm gonna be able to dry my boots and have dry boots tomorrow. All right, I wasn't able to get a haircut, as you can see, but I did get warm shower and warm clothes from the hairdryer. So let's see if this bike wants to start up or if it's still having problems. Let's see. Moment of truth. Whatever short there was, I'm hoping fix itself. And yeah, maybe, I don't know, it just was this time hard to start because of the cold weather and altitude. So yeah, let's send it. So now we're in another snowy mountain pass, and it's cold. Like, it's not like freezing cold, but it's cold. I'm gonna put on another layer. We're gonna pass the mining section, and here in Peru there's so much mining through all these mountain passes. And another thing that's kind of crazy is here, all these roads and really high places with snow and mud and all this stuff, you see big tractor trailers coming through. Right now, one's coming. I really want to cross these mountain passes earlier in the day. Definitely not at like 6 p.m. All right, time to change.
Buenos días. Para Atocamarca, ¿por dónde? ¿Esta? Ah, ya, perfecto.
Con cuidado más bien porque la cartera está...
Ahí voy, si no me regreso, pero ahí voy a ver. Okay, this is gonna be tough.
So that guy that was warning me, he told me he was washed out, and I was like, oh, it's just a little bit. But I think this is what he was talking about. At least it's early.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It's too... I want to go up to there. Right now I'm going to try to breathe, collect myself, because I think I have to do it just right. So it looks like this is the end. That's like impossible to go through here. The only other option Let's try to somehow go up there, but I don't see how that's possible. I hate to do this, but I'm gonna have to call it quits on this road. I'm gonna go find another way because I could barely walk up here. So there's no way the bike's getting up here. I can't. I'm just gonna enjoy the view and head back down. Hopefully there's no complications heading down. I don't want to beat myself up over it. You know, I tried, and if it's just not possible, it's not possible. What can you do?
Morning, guys. We are here in the really pretty small town that I made it to yesterday. It was super rainy, it was super cold and miserable, and I was hungry, and I just had to stop someplace, and this was the only accommodation. Yeah, it was fine. I slept warm. There was a heater inside. My boots are still pretty soaking wet, but I think today we're gonna go to Ayacucho, which is almost basically like a city. So by this point, I've been riding 7 days straight, like almost 8 hours a day, pretty much. We're gonna go to Ayacucho. Also, another thing is the bike. The problem that was before continued yesterday. So last night I took the relay out and I disconnected the battery so hopefully it doesn't like drain the battery that is constantly in, or doesn't damage the relay. But we're gonna get that looked at because it's a big enough city.
Moment of truth. Damn it. It's almost there.
Now we're in the center of Ayacucho. I'm waiting here for the mechanic to finish up the bike and also doing some work on my laptop after 7 days going through the trail. But anyways, here we're right in the center of the city, and this is where there was a lot of festivities last night, which I didn't know, but it's like a huge event. It was really fun. But yeah, now we're going to the central market to get something to eat, and I think that's gonna be about it for this video. So from here I'll be making my way to Cusco, and definitely want to see Machu Picchu, but in Cusco is where I'll be leaving and storing the Husqvarna, and then flying out to Quito, which I'll then be flying out to back to Armenia, where I left the Honda XR400R, and then gonna make my way to Georgia, Kazakhstan, and hopefully over to the other side of the world to Japan. But it's a long way for that kind of journey, so hopefully I'll keep making videos, and yeah, see you in the next video.